Along with Phil Simms and Armin Katay and Greg Gumbel at the RCA Dome in Indianapolis, the New England Patriots have won the toss, and Pete Carroll will get his hands on the football first. On the other side of the field, Jim Mora. We mentioned those high-flying Colts. You see his numbers, but this season, 10-2. That's Danny Knight. He will kick it away for Indianapolis. Number 33, Kevin Falk, is the deep man for the Patriots. And before we get started, we have a whistle. This is a huge game for these New England Patriots, Phil. In fact, as Drew Bledsoe told us last night, it's a playoff game for them.
Pete Carroll said it best. It is a playoff game. You lose today, you do not go to the playoffs.
A full house here in Indianapolis as 12th Man Day has hit here in Indianapolis. The Colts honoring their fans. We're underway. Falk from a yard deep in the end zone, drops it, picks it up, 10, 15, and down at about the 18-yard line by Ratcliffe Thomas. Drew Bledsoe comes onto the field, has struggled mightily his last 4 games. You see his numbers on the season, but in the last 4 games, completing just 48% of his passes, 4 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
So what do? Look how good he's played against the Colts. And Greg, they're coming into this game today. The Patriots, they're going to throw the football. They like their wide receivers against the Indianapolis defensive backs. Drew Bledsoe, even though he struggled, they believe he can snap out of it this week.
Terry Allen and Johnny Carter behind him. Bledsoe to throw to the side, complete and out of bounds to Carter.
Jim Moore even said, we will probably not gamble very much. We will sit back, try to cover their receivers, and hope that we can just make a play rushing the passer.
Quick drop for Bledsoe, throws far side, complete and out of bounds is Lamont Warren. First down, New England at the 28-yard line. Terry Allen across the 30 to about the 33.
You know what happens a lot of times in football games? The New England Patriots come in, they're going to throw the football, they want to throw the football. The Colts, they know that's what scares them. Jim Moore said, we're scared of their passing game. And then all of a sudden, everybody's thinking about the pass. Then you hand that football off. The running back has a little more room to run. Your running game becomes much better because your emphasis is so strong on the passing game.
On 2nd and 5, Allen gets the ball again, and this time he isn't going to get anything. Cornelius Bennett, one of the first ones in with the tackle.
And Cornelius Bennett, number 97, watch him come into the play, sees the draw, gets up in there, makes the tackle. Been in the league a long time, but the one thing he can still do, he can run, he can be physical, cover receivers, and he can make those tackles.
Here in Indianapolis because of Bill Polian, with whom he had a long-standing relationship in Buffalo. 3rd and 6, and 5 wide receivers for Bledsoe from the shotgun. Quick pass to Glenn. Penalty marker flies as the Colts stuff the play. And let's check the flag. Our referee today is Tom White.
Illegal man downfield. When you throw those screens, what happens so many times? Offensive linemen trying to get down the field to make that block before the ball is thrown.
Eligible lineman, number 65, downfield. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
That's the rookie center, Damian Woody. So on to kick it away is Lee Johnson. And Terrence Wilkins, who has returned a punt 39 yards for a touchdown this season, and a kickoff 97 yards for a touchdown, is deep for Indianapolis. Wilkins will get a run back out of this one from the 17. 25 and out to about the 27-yard line. So when we come back, the Colts and Peyton Manning will take their first shot on offense. Everything that can possibly be said about a young quarterback has been said about number 18, who engineers the #1 passing offense in the AFC. 261.6 yards a game as you look at the numbers for Peyton Manning. And barring any change, Phil, Peyton Manning says they're looking for something big on the first play.
Well, we watched them practice on Friday, Greg. They have some things they like to go deep against the Patriots. And I think they're going to try one the first play of the game.
Going to go deep for Marvin Harrison, and he's got it. Inside the 25 to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Deep in New England territory. 52 yards against Ty Law.
Well, it was against Ty Law. Watch what happens. Ty Law has outside technique. In other words, he's going to let Marvin Harrison go up inside. He actually, up here he comes inside. He's protecting the outside. But because the other receiver went across the field, there's no safety, nobody in the middle to help him out. That's what makes the easy completion for Peyton Manning.
Ty Law playing with a heavily bandaged right hand, a broken bone at the base of his thumb. Peyton to throw again. Throws outside. It is incomplete. Intended for Terrence Wilkins. There is the cast being worn by Ty Law.
Ty Law said, look, if I was a quarterback, if I saw somebody out there, me out there with the cast on my hand, I would go after me. So he's expecting them to go after him today.
A jump on the offensive line as Edgerrin James gets his first carry. Ted Johnson with the tackle, and now let's check the penalty flag.
You know what? You get 2nd and 10. A quarterback doesn't like that situations. That time, Peyton Manning used his snap count.
Offsides. Number 55. Defense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Willie McGinnis, the guilty party. Manning pump fakes. Now throws complete. Harrison. And Ty Law helps out with the tackle and knocking him out of bounds. But Ty Law is definitely playing off of Marvin Harrison today.
Well, you know, really a real interesting thing that Peyton Manning did that time. What they usually do, they run a lot of these pump and goes near the goal line. That time, Peyton Manning, watch him here. He does the fake pump and goes back. Now, Ty Law thinks they're going to go deep. They stop and go to the short one. Really a nice play off of what they've done in previous games, taking advantage of opponents watching film. They're thinking you're going to do to go deep. They go short instead.
1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Edgerrin James to the 5.
Greg, we got a chance to watch this Colts offense Friday in practice, and they got all the tricks. And, you know, when I say tricks, I don't mean it in a way they're really just trying to take advantage or do really tricky things. Just like that play. If they show you something one week, the following week, they're going to have the follow-up to it. In other words, oh, you expect that play? Well, here it is. No, it's not. It's something different.
One thing we did see was a quick shovel pass deep in the red zone as they look to improve their red zone offense. Manning throws incomplete. Intended for Harrison, and Chris Carter was there.
Pete Carroll, he says when he was talking about this Indianapolis offense and the team, he says, I got a really good grasp of this offense because I've been following it for quite a few weeks. And I said, well, he goes, yeah, I'm not sure my players do. We've been trying to get it across to them this week. Hopefully, a good week of teaching. He said we had a good week of practice. He thinks he'll do well.
You see how well the Patriot defense has been in the first quarter. How well they've played. Manning puts a man in motion. Under the pressure, throws at the goal line. Touchdown, Pollard.
This is so good. Watch Peyton Manning looking to the left. First receiver, no. Second receiver, no. Finds the third receiver. Marcus Pollard coming across the formation. Hits him for the touchdown.
Mike Vanderjagt on for the extra point. Vanderjagt, the NFL's leading scorer, now with 115 points. Marcus Pollard with his 4th touchdown of the season. And Peyton Manning, the man in charge, says touchdown. Colts lead at 7-0. Welcome back to Indianapolis. Peyton Manning, for the 26th consecutive game, has thrown a touchdown pass. The big play, 52-yarder to Marvin Harrison on the first play of their offensive drive. 72 yards, 6 plays, and it's a 7-0 Colt lead. Kevin Falk again, this time from the 6. The 25, and a blocker in front of him, and finally run out of bounds just short of the 35-yard line by Thomas Randolph. Check in for the first time today with Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. I talked to one of the Patriots assistants before the game, and he told me the theme for today is to score 4. They want 1 on the ground, 2 in the air, 1 by special teams. He said the other thing that's important is to allow Edgerrin James and Marvin Harrison all the yards they want, keep them out of the end zone, and most importantly, keep Peyton Manning from having one of his Michael Jordan game, which right now he's having. Back to you.
All right, Armin.
That's a dream. That's the dream game. And there's a lot of ways to win football games, but you can see after the first series, the Patriots are going to put points on the board, and they're going to do it with the passing game.
Coming across the field is Glenn, and Glenn across the 45 and out at the 48 or 49-yard line by Cornelius Bennett, and that's enough for a New England first down.
And I think what we can see, too, in this first series in one play by the Patriots, they can get receivers open down the field. Here comes Terry Glenn coming across, and this is so hard for a defense. Everybody's chasing receivers on their side. Then when you bring a receiver underneath, who's got to cover him? Nobody there. Good job by Drew Bledsoe.
Terry Glenn coming up on a 1,000-yard season. Terry Allen in the backfield. And he gets the handoff. Right side, running room, 40. Inside the 40, close to the 35-yard line, and another first down for New England.
So many times, because everybody's thinking pass, you've got them, you bring Terry Glenn out of the backfield. Watch a little counter step. When he cuts back, watch the defense, how it reacts. Michael Barber, the middle linebacker. Oh, he gets caught in the wash. Good blocking up front.
So Terry Allen now flanks out as a wide receiver to the near side of the field as the Patriots go with 5 receivers. Then Colts across the 30 to the 29-yard line. As we spoke with Drew Bledsoe last night, it was a pretty confident Bledsoe, I thought, considering the few games he's had, Phil.
I was amazed. And, you know, I did not think they would have this type of game plan coming in. They know the strength of the team is the wide receivers, the quarterback. But when you've struggled 4 straight weeks, the quarterback, I thought he would be a little down. Drew says, hey, I've stunk it up for long enough. I had a good week. He feels very confident that he can come in here, throw the football, and win the game.
Terry Allen straight ahead for a yard or 2. Boy, Peyton Manning, we told you the platitudes that have been spilled about him, but what about Drew Bledsoe, a guy who has been one of the premier throwers ever since he's come into the league, but has not had the same kind of results?
Well, if you would have asked me probably after the first 8 weeks of the season who's the MVP of the National Football League, I would most likely would have said Drew Bledsoe. Here in the last 4 weeks, it has turned completely around for him. But the thing that's so positive, he still believes he can get it done.
He gets a first down here on the pass to Sean Jefferson, and he's run out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. It's enough for a first down for New England.
And I can tell you so far, that's 4 times they've been in 5 wide receiver sets. You can see the game plan. Patriots, Drew Bledsoe, get the ball, get rid of it. What it does, it helps your offensive line, but it also keeps the Indianapolis Colts. They've blitzed him twice, come free, but they can't even get to the quarterback because he's getting rid of it so fast.
Last night, Bledsoe said it's time for us to have a big game. We'll have to air it out a little bit, and I think we can against these guys. He'll try it again here. Has it complete inside the 15 to the 14-yard line.
But what we're seeing, and I've said this, Greg, you hear me say it almost every single week, there's Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator for the Colts. If you're going to drop back in the National Football League on defense and drop back what you call in the zones and look at the quarterback and then react to where he throws it, the quarterback's going to eat you up. You've got to pressure the quarterback. You've got to pressure receivers. Otherwise, they'll throw and catch on you all day.
Kevin Falk to the 11 and appears to have enough for another first down. So the Patriots have marched it right down the field after the Peyton Manning touchdown pass.
You know, the way the Patriots need to to do this game, just the way we're seeing. The running play is just to give Drew Bledsoe a chance to gather his thoughts, get a little rest, and keep the offensive linemen aggressive, because you never want to lose that with your offensive line.
Bledsoe is 7 out of 7 for 47 yards today. You look at the Patriots' red zone offense the last 4 games. Bledsoe to Falk, who dropped it. That's Bledsoe's first incompletion.
So many times you listen to NFL games and you'll hear announcers and color guys like me. That's what I am, I think, a color announcer. That's what they call me. And the back swings out of the backfield and they say, well, that's one of the hardest passes to throw in the NFL. And you go, oh, come on, it can't be. It is a tough pass. The quarterback has got to throw it perfect. You got to stick it right into the chest of the offensive back so he can catch it and not worry about somebody coming forward to hit him.
Colts goes in motion. The give is to Falk. And Falk met at the 10-yard line and not much more than that at all. Ellis Johnson, number 62, first man in the hole to meet him.
Well, the one thing that hurts a passing offense when you get near down the goal line, it's hard to do certain things. It also can hurt your running game. Look at the defenders up in the box trying to make the tackle. Jason Belzer, the strong safety, delivered the first hit. In there close, nowhere to run.
And on the ground still appears to be Kevin Falk. We'll check on his condition, take a timeout, and come back to Indianapolis right after this. Well, rookie running back Kevin Falk has been put onto a stretcher and is getting applause from the crowd here. And let's go back and take a look and see what happened to Kevin.
Well, it'll explain it all, Greg. Watch 33. Here he goes. He keeps fighting for the extra yards. Watch his right leg. Gets caught underneath him. Again, gets his feet. Gets free a couple times inside. Watch this. Gets out of the tackle here. Well, Ellis Johnson gets free again, his legs, and then he gets bent underneath him.
And just about every single one of his New England teammates filed past the stretcher to wish him well as he's wheeled off the field. Patriots' second-round draft pick out of LSU. And we'll get you a report on Kevin Falk as soon as one becomes available.
Well, we talked about how the Indianapolis Colts are playing defense. What they got going for them now, they only got to defend 20 yards, not the whole field. So that should help them in this third and long situation.
They can get a first down without a touchdown. 10th play of the drive. Bledsoe throws corner of the end zone and misses number 84, Sean Jefferson, deep in the end zone.
Just hard to fool a defense. Once you get down around the 10-yard line, it's hard to create those wide open spaces for a wide receiver where a quarterback can just step up and throw it into it.
So on fourth down, on comes Adam Vinatieri, the fourth-year kicker out of South Dakota State. Has hit 17 out of 20 field goals this year. This one will be from 28 yards out. Lee Johnson to hold. The kick is away. And it's good. So the Patriots, by virtue of a long time consuming drive, get on the board with 4:23 to play here in the first. It's an exciting ball game, isn't it?
Yes, it is. You got the #1 offense or the most exciting offense in the NFL, and, well, sometimes it's never enough.
Yeah, the guy on the right is just waiting for Christmas to roll around. Terrence Wilkins, the deep man for the Colts. Wilkins on the run at the 11. Oh, look out, across the 30 and out to about the 32 or 33-yard line. And let's check in with Armin Katayan. Armin?
Thanks. The preliminary report, Greg, on Kevin Falk is he's got a right ankle injury. He's in the locker room now for x-rays. How serious, not yet determined, but I can tell you when the Colt players came off the field, they said they had heard a big pop. So I'll keep you posted. Back to you.
All right, Armin, thank you. That is Terrence Wilkins. As they look at his left hand. Manning and the Colts go back to work from the 34. Straight drop for Manning. Rolls, throws, complete. Pollard out to about the 38-yard line.
Well, we were down here a few weeks ago doing the game against the New York Jets with the Indianapolis Colts. And the New York Jets said you cannot let Peyton Manning out of the pocket and move to his right. Two things he does when he moves to his right. Makes good decisions and throws the football accurately.
And now another Patriot is down at the 38-yard line, and that's Steve Israel, the cornerback.
Boy, now that would be, you talking about not being able to afford to lose somebody. Steve Israel is the guy. Ty Law with his hand in a cast. He's out. They can't lose the other corner.
So we'll check on Steve Israel and take another timeout and come right back to Indianapolis. Steve Israel on the sideline being looked at after a collision with Marcus Pollard. The weight differential didn't favor Israel on the play.
No, it didn't. But Greg, I didn't say Ty Law is not out. I didn't mean to say he was out. But he is going to struggle today with that hand in a cast. They were going to match up Steve Israel against Marvin Harrison, but that is gone now.
Here's Willie McGinnis jumping again and getting his money's worth if this penalty is on him. And it is.
Well, what this serves, I'll tell you why this is always important for an offensive line and a quarterback.
Encroachment, number 55, defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Now you've taken New England's best pass rusher, Willie McGinnis, and he's going to sit over there now, and he's going to hesitate just a little bit longer before the snap of the ball just to make sure, because after 2 times jumping off sides, you know you don't want to do it the 3rd time.
2nd and 1. Edgerrin James and Willie McGinnis in on that tackle, and he didn't get a first down there. McGinnis along with Henry Thomas.
Well, it's so important for the defensive front for the New England Patriots to show that they can somehow control the line of scrimmage. And they do it this time. Willie McGinnis up in there, Henry Thomas, because what they're doing on defense today, they're keeping their defensive backs, especially the safeties, deep, not coming up to stop the run, because, of course, if they come up to stop the run, we know what's going to happen.
Steve Israel suffered an injury to his left ankle, and they are in the process of taping it. His return is questionable. Meanwhile, Peyton Manning calls a timeout. So we have another stoppage of play here in Indianapolis with 2:37 to play here in the first quarter. They continue to work on Steve Israel's left ankle. You know, on the topic of jumping offside, Phil, we've seen Peyton Manning before this year. He has every single trick in the book that a quarterback can have.
Greg, he's got them all. He does so many fake audibles, all these things. At the line of scrimmage, I don't even know when he's trying to fake it, when it's for real. And again, the snap count, something that I say so many times, more quarterbacks in the NFL need to take advantage of.
On 3rd and 1, a loose ball. The Patriots say they have it. And the battle continues, and whistles keep blowing. And Marcus Pollard and Willie McGinnis have a few words on the far side. And now some more pushing and shoving taking place. Welcome to the AFC East. Recovered by the Colts. It'll be 4th down.
Well, I don't know what happens. Oh, good shot. Let's watch the snap. Oh, Peyton Manning looks like he pulls out just a little bit before the football came up, and that's what caused the fumble. But a good job of digging down in there and keeping control of it.
So on 4th down now, Hunter Smith, the rookie out of Notre Dame, comes onto the field to kick it away for Indianapolis.
You know, hey, that's a big play. The Colts, they're moving the ball again. Here they're going, and the Patriots can't stop them. Well, they did that time. Fumbled snap.
Troy Brown is deep to receive the kick. Brown from the 19. Up the middle. Across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Mike Peterson, Bertrand Berry with the tackle, and Drew Bledsoe gets set to go to work after the 39-yard punt and 14-yard return.
Well, Drew Bledsoe coming in the game, Greg, like you said, four games in a row, not real good, but what a good start. Making good decisions, throwing it on time, hasn't really gotten hit yet, so that's got to make him feel good.
You see his numbers over the last 4 games. This is the 6th consecutive season he has passed for 3,000 plus yards. And the give to Terry Allen across the 35 to about the 36.
I like what Drew Bledsoe said to us last night. We were asking him all these questions, and being an ex-quarterback, I know sometimes when I would have a couple games where I didn't have success, my confidence would go really way down. And he says, well, sometimes what happens to me, he goes, when I make mistakes, I just get mad. And he said, when I get mad, I really focus really well and play better. And I said, well, go in the game like that. He goes, well, it doesn't work. I can't get in that frame of mind until I screw it up.
Quick drop for Bledsoe, throws far side, complete. Terry Glenn fighting for first down yardage and gets it at the 45.
Well, I like this. This is something different for the New England Patriots. Every time I think of them, I think of Ernie Zampese, the offensive coordinator. Well, I think of him, of course, because he loves to throw the football. But I think of a team with a quarterback with a big arm and fast wide receivers. They like to go down the field. But again, what they're seeing here today, protect the quarterback. Don't have to worry about the blitz. Keep throwing those short passes and somebody will break one for a long game.
Terry Glenn now right at 1,000 yards receiving on the season with his 3 catches for 23 yards today.
Well, Lamont Warren got in there for a carry. And again, as I look at it, how long can the Colt defense, how long can they be patient? Because see what happens when you play this style of game against the Colts. It's a little slower, even though you're completing these passes. But the big thing is you're keeping the Colts offense on the sidelines.
They keep it on the ground with Allen again. Bounces off tacklers at midfield and is brought down. Tackle is made by Jeff Burris as time runs out here in the first quarter. We've played 15 minutes here at the RCA Dome. The Indianapolis Colts with a 7-3 lead over the New England Patriots. Back for the start of the second quarter right after this. Coming up on the NASDAQ halftime report, Jim Nance, Craig James, Randy Cross, and Jerry Glanville get you caught up on all the scores and highlights. That's on the NASDAQ halftime report. 5 wide receivers for Bledsoe. Here on third down, he needs the 45-yard line for a first down. New England 1 of 3 on third downs today, and Bledsoe is caught and dropped. Ellis Johnson, Cornelius Bennett telling us he is one of the most talented and most unrecognized interior linemen in the league.
Well, number 62 in the middle of the screen, that's just fighting. He's really looks like he's double teamed. He just had a mission. He was angry. Whatever it was, went right back to the quarterback.
Ellis Johnson now with 7.5 sacks on the season. And Terrence Wilkins back deep for the kick. Better kick from Johnson this time. Fair catch call by Wilkins at the 8-yard line. So Manning and the Colts will start deep in their own territory after the 48-yard punt. Oh, you know, we were in some doubt, but I'm pretty sure that's Elvis. Yeah, it looks a lot like him.
He's not aging well, I'll tell you that.
First down for Manning and the Colts. Edgerrin James tries the right side. And not much running room over there as the Patriot defense converges. And as to what's happening with Kevin Falk, let's check in with Armin.
Thanks, Greg. The medical update on the rookie running back Kevin Falk is not good. He has a fractured right ankle. He is obviously out of this game and putting the rest of his season in jeopardy. Back to you.
All right, Armin, thanks. Meanwhile, Steve Israel had his left ankle taped, and he is back in, and in fact was in on that last tackle. No gain on the play, and it's 2nd and 10 for Indianapolis. James again, big hole up the middle this time. Out to the 20-yard line where Chris Slade finally makes the stop, and that's a first down.
Greg, you're kind of right. There was a hole there, but it didn't look that big to me. As he went up in there, Watch Edgerrin James as he runs. The thing that he does so well, he just glides. He can go sideways, not lose momentum, and still go forward. And watch the line. Good block by Larry Moore. Ken Dilger leading up in there.
Okay, you know how I hate to disagree with you. That was a big hole.
Yeah, it was pretty big.
Okay.
So I was wrong.
First down from the 20-yard line.
But he made more out of it than was there.
James, and this time gets thrown for about a 2 or 3 yard loss. Loss of 2 on the last play, 2nd and 12 for the Colts. Manning quick pass over the middle of Dilger, out across the 25 to about the 29-yard line. Loose ball on the field, and the Patriots say they have it.
I thought the Patriots had it. That football was coming out as he was going down, and it looked like it fell out and recovered by the Patriots.
Runner is ruled down by contact. 3rd down.
Tom White says ruled down by contact. Let's take a look.
And so that is not reviewable. Here it is. Looked like a blitz up inside. Good job by Manning. Hit, fumble. Take a look at it again. Yes, that ball's out. Teddy Bruschi, number 54.
And the whistle blew, ending that discussion.
Well, once they come in and point it, rule it down, it's over.
3rd and short yardage. Manning. Out here, incomplete.
Well, Peyton Manning hoping to take advantage of Edgerrin James against Teddy Bruschi, but nice coverage that time and nowhere to throw it. And really kind of a strange call. 3rd and just about 1 foot throwing the football instead of running it. And Pete is, of course, talking about that fumble. And Pete, you were right. Now the official you're talking to, he doesn't care.
Doesn't care at all. Troy Brown back at about his own 30-yard line for the punt. And a booming punt. Back to the 20. 25, 30, little running room, caught from behind and pulled down at the 42-yard line. Mike Peterson, the rookie out of Florida, coming back to make the stop after a 21-yard return. Welcome back to the RCA Dome in Indianapolis. 11:15 to play here in the first half. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Katayan. Happy holidays to you and yours. The Patriots first down at their own 42-yard line. They trail 7-3. Bledsoe looks to the near side, complete to Terry Glenn, out of bounds, just at the 50-yard line. Distribution has been his forte today.
Well, Drew Bledsoe has done that. Watch this package. Terry Glenn short. Tony Carter out of the backfield. Lamont Warren. Sean Jefferson. Every pass. Look at all of them. Ben Colts. Short to the outside, and they're wide open.
6 catches by the wide receivers, 2 by the running backs, and 1 by Ben Colts. And now Allen and Carter in the backfield. Bledsoe to throw again. And complete to Jefferson. Jefferson at the 40, between the 41 and the 42-yard line. And it's enough for a first down.
Well, the Colts kind of playing the same type of defense that the New England Patriots are playing. Let's keep bending, but let's don't break. In other words, don't give up the big play. Don't let Drew Bledsoe throw a football short, let the guy catch it and run for 50 extra yards, or don't let the receiver get behind you for the deep pass.
Allen to the 40. And that's one of those just, well, let's just run it as a change of pace.
Well, yeah, again, let the offensive line stay aggressive and just keep mixing it up, because it does, Greg, we talked about it, it does a couple things. It keeps the clock moving. It keeps Indy's offense over there. It just gives the Patriots a better chance to win the game when it's going in this rhythm, this style so far.
Patriots with 3 more passes than they have rushing attempts today. Here's another one. Bledsoe going to keep it. And batted down at the 35-yard line from behind by Larry Chester.
Boy, good job by Drew Bledsoe. The one thing I've noticed over the last 5 or 6 weeks, that he will pull it down and run with it every now and then. And those couple yards he picked up were very important. But let's watch Bledsoe, Tony Carter picking up the blitz. Good job against Cornelius Bennett. And Bledsoe, plenty of time.
So a big third down play here. Bledsoe needs the 31-yard line for a first down, and they'll go with 5 wide receivers. Bledsoe going to pull it down and run and dives for the first down, and appears he has enough.
Nice. And you know what? That's all you need. That's enough to drive a defense crazy. That gives New England Patriots and Drew Bledsoe 3 more plays to give them a chance to score. And when you put 5 wide receivers on the field, there's not going to be a lot of guys in the middle watching the quarterback, especially when it's Drew Bledsoe. You know, the thing I've also noticed here so far today, the crowd.
Not into the game yet.
Not into it. Not very loud. Not causing any problems for the Patriots offense.
Out of the backfield. Terry Glenn was on the move and made the catch and is down at about the 25-yard line. Jason Belzer up from his safety position to make the stop.
Yeah, I think when Terry Glenn's in the backfield, you know what? If I was a linebacker, I'd go, sure. Yeah, you're going to run it up in here. Well, they wish he would, that's for sure. But when he's in the backfield, the reason you do that, move him around. Now it makes it hard for the Colts, any defender, to hit him at the line of scrimmage. He can get down the field a little quicker and a little easier.
Patriots need about 3.5 to 4 yards for a first down. Allen and Carter behind Bledsoe, but he's going to throw on the blitz. Hit as he released the ball, and it's incomplete. Tyrone Poole from the far side. The pass intended for Tony Carter.
This is the 3rd time they've used this exact blitz. All 3 times, the blitzer has come completely free. The Patriots have not seen him. But this time the difference is the coverage down the field is better. It allows Tyrone Poole to get there before Drew Bledsoe gets rid of it.
So now another big 3rd down play facing Bledsoe. New England 2 out of 5 on 3rd downs today. Quick pass complete this side and batted out of bounds is Terry Glenn by Tony Blevins. But he gets enough for another first down for New England.
I do not think Drew Bledsoe has thrown one football inside the numbers so far in this game. Every one to the outside. And what they're doing, the guy on the outside, the receiver that was outside of Terry Glenn went deep, creates a void out there. The next receiver runs into it. Easy completions for Drew Bledsoe.
Terry Allen. Close to the 15, Mike Peterson with the tackle. Now, if you keep saying that, Phil, what I would wonder is, are they being set up for some sort of a post pattern or a pass across the middle?
No, listen, he's going to do, just like Drew Bledsoe said to us last night, Ernie Zampese, the offense coordinator, he says, you just got to be patient and take what the defense gives you. What has caused him to have so many of those bad games, hey, he's got a big arm. You know, he gets a little antsy. He wants to throw it down the field. It makes him take chances, which result in turnovers.
Bledsoe throws it away under a heavy rush led by Mark Thomas, number 90.
Well, finally, the Colts go, hey, enough of this. They bring more than just like that little sneaky blitz from the corner. They bring quite a few defenders. You get single blocking up front, and Mark Thomas, number 90, gets free, puts the pressure on Bledsoe.
In line with what you were talking about Bledsoe, he said the last few weeks he admits he's tried to get a little bit greedy at times.
Greedy is not a good word. Shouldn't be in a quarterback vocabulary.
11th play of this drive and another big 3rd down for the Patriots. Warren eludes one tackler, diving forward to the 10-yard line. That'll be short of a first down. Tony Blevins, Billy Austin combining to make the stop, and onto the field comes the field goal unit.
And Jason Belzer made the first hit. They were going to double team Terry Glenn that time. but he came off from the way outside, slowed down the runner until the other defenders could come in and make the tackle.
Vinatieri good from 28 yards out. This one will be from 29. And it's good. So Vinatieri now 19 for 22 on the season and brings the Patriots to within 1. Well, Drew Bledsoe took the Patriots on a 47-yard, 12-play drive and took almost 6 minutes off the clock before Vinatieri's field goal. His second of the day has now made it a 7-6 Indianapolis lead, and turns Wilkins again deep for the kickoff. This one will sail out of bounds.
That'll make a coach happy. Yeah, spot that ball in the 40. Yeah, that's good.
We have a kickoff out of bounds. It'll be the receiving team's ball, 30 yards from the spot of the kick. First down.
Well, last week, Joe Namath's guarantee in Super Bowl III was voted the NFL's 8th most memorable moment. This week, find out what's at number 7, only at www.nfl.com.
A guarantee is one of the great moments. Well,
only when you make good on it.
Yeah, you know, nowadays everybody guarantees everything, and it's gotten to the point, who cares? Nobody listens anymore.
Fake to James. All kinds of time. Throws this side complete. Harrison inside the 40 and out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
Well, that's all about the fake, and that's all about the defense thinking it's run and not getting to the quarterback. Watch Peyton Manning. He goes back. Marvin Harrison, you saw him go across the field. He's covered. Finally, he shakes loose. The defensive backs and the linebackers, Chris Slade, they can only cover a guy like Marvin Harrison so long. Harrison,
3 catches now, 83 yards on the day. 21 yards on that play, and first down at the 38. Ty Law follows Harrison in motion. Edgerrin James, right side, and that gets him nowhere. Chris Slade with the tackle.
The front of the New England Patriots this is big today. Chris Slade, Willie McGinnis, Henry Thomas, now Chris Sullivan. All of them doing a good job up front, dominating the line of scrimmage. Look at that. Nobody moving backwards. Chris Slade makes the tackle. This makes it so easy for this defense, or makes it easier to compete against the Indy offense. And Chris Slade having his best all-around year at the linebacker position since he's been with the Patriots.
See what New England has done against the rush the last 4 weeks. 2nd and 12. Fake to James again. Manning going deep. It is batted down by number 42, Chris Carter. Pass intended for number 80, Terrence Wilkins.
Well, that ball got away from Peyton Manning that time as he shuffled up in the pocket. Let's watch them as they go down the field. Marvin Harrison, not many receivers in the NFL get to go down the field, make a little move, and then break out for those 25-yard gains. Another good ball fake by Peyton Manning. Looks down the field, and the ball slips out of his hand. That causes the wobble, makes it hang in the air just a little bit longer, and Carter can make the breakup.
So 3rd and 12. Manning gets rid of it. Wide open is Harrison. And out of bounds inside the 15-yard line for a first down.
Well, I don't know how he picked out Marvin Harrison, moving to his right to find him. Maybe he was the first receiver. Tarek Glendale, what's this? Oh, he just keeps hustling. That enables Peyton Manning to step up and make the pass. And Marvin Harrison going across the field again. That is the toughest thing for a defense. Receivers, when they go all the way across the field, who has them? It's hard to follow them that long.
Harrison, 110 yards receiving so far today. From the 13, Manning gonna run with it. 5, diving to the 2-yard line.
Well, we talked about Drew Bledsoe. He's moving around a little bit more of late. But Peyton Manning, I don't know what to say. The other thing he's doing so well, shuffling in the pocket, gets in good position. Then when he sees the run is there, really picking opportune times to pick up first downs and valuable yards with his running ability.
Chris Slade getting to him in time to prevent the touchdown, but it's 1st and goal, Colts from the 2-yard line.
Double pass.
And a touchdown.
I'll tell you what, that's the first time I've seen a shovel pass inside the 5-yard line in that type of formation. Well, I've never seen it before. They throw this pass a lot. The sprint out, this time they fake it. Edgerrin James comes underneath. Peyton Manning makes the pitch for the touchdown.
And what Peyton Manning likes about that is it's a touchdown pass.
It's a touchdown. He said to Edgerrin James, when we run this, you better catch it. You get the score, but it's a touchdown pass for me.
The extra point is good. 2nd touchdown pass of the game for Peyton Manning as the Colts come back and extend their lead to 14-6.
Watch the linebackers of the New England Patriots and the defensive backs. Again, they have seen this. They think it's a sprint out pass. No, it's the shovel pass underneath. By the time the linebackers, Andy Katzenmoyer, the time they realize it's coming underneath, it's too late. He's already in the end zone.
6 plays, 60-yard drive for the Colts. Kevin Falk, the main return man for New England, sidelined with a fractured ankle. And now to Bucky Jones and Lamont Warren are deep. This will be Jones, 2 yards deep in the end zone. Gets turned sideways at the 20 and then falls forward to the 22-yard line. I want to remind you, coming up on the NASDAQ halftime report, Jim Nantz, Craig James, Randy Cross, Jerry Glanville with scores and highlights. That's coming up on the NASDAQ halftime report.
You know, what about Jim taking a shot at me like that? That was really good. I'm proud of him. You know, when they're there, tee it up and hit it.
I know what you'll be doing all week.
What?
Thinking of a comeback.
No, I got plenty in mind. They're just not suitable for TV.
Drew Bledsoe has been pretty sharp on 1st down, 6 of 7 for 48 yards. And he'll throw here. Coming across the field has his man Terry Glenn. Glenn over the 35, close to the 39-yard line. It's a 1st down. Clock continues to move. 2.5 minutes to play here in the 1st half.
Yeah, plenty of time for the Patriots. 3 timeouts. Take your time. Get one more play off before the 2-minute warning. The big thing is you want to score, of course, but you don't want any to get the ball back one more time before halftime.
Bledsoe throws far side, complete out of the backfield. Carter fell down, picked it up, and tried to come forward, and he crossed the 40-yard line. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half in Indianapolis. 14-6 Colts, Patriots on the move. 2:30 Eastern time is when we will disclose the all-iron team. This has been fun, hasn't it?
It has been fun picking the players, you know, going around the league like we do, Greg, and getting to pick out players that really epitomize what we all think about football players, what coaches want in their football players, and the fans too. And
of course the MVP of that all-iron team is going to drive away with a very nice brand new shiny truck. Yes, they are. You know, players that get paid all that money, but the one thing they love free stuff, and they're going to be excited about winning that truck. 2nd and 8 for Bledsoe. Over the middle, complete, the 40, and falling forward to the 38-yard line is Ben Coates. That is the first pass today down the middle of the field by Drew Bledsoe, and he does a good job. That shows you he was being patient. This is the first time the middle of the field has really opened up for him. You can see Sean Jefferson running deep. Oh, man, it just gets it by Jeff Burris. Ben Coates knows when you catch it in the middle, you better hold on tight because there's a safety back there
waiting to hit you.
21-yard pickup on the play. First down. You see the timeout situation. The Patriots have all 3 of theirs remaining. Bledsoe going to roll and throws it into the dirt. And penalty marker is downfield, and now 1 in the backfield. And Drew going to go and explain his thinking to Tom White.
Look, he's outside the pocket, and I'll tell you what, why I've always say I don't agree with this call if it stands. He wasn't under pressure. It's a screen pass. If the guy is covered on the screen pass, what are you supposed to do? Throw it to the defense? So he throws it at the feet of the receiver to protect his team. Now, if he was avoiding the sack, okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. No pressure on the quarterback. The Indy defense, they realized it was a screen. They covered it. You got to throw it down.
Once Bledsoe started to roll out, Larry Chester, the defensive tackle for the Colts, broke off his rush and began to fan out looking for the receiver.
We have no intentional grounding as the pass reached the line of scrimmage area. We have an ineligible lineman, number 71, downfield. That's a 5-yard penalty.
Well, you have a feeling we're not finished yet?
Well, let's watch. Here we go. Drew Bledsoe, he's outside the pocket. He throws the ball. He has to throw it down. You can see there's no receiver right there in sight. This will be better. That's who he wants to throw the screen to. Oh, he does the right thing. He can't even get it in there because of Mark Thomas is in the way.
Although that pass did not reach the line of scrimmage, as Tom White said. We're just having a conversation out here in the middle of the field.
Oh, we need some FaceTime.
Ineligible lineman, number 71, downfield. It's a 5-yard penalty.
Thank you.
First down.
Okay.
Cornelius Bennett now questioning what's going on.
You know, the one thing, twice now we've seen an ineligible lineman down the field. The Patriots, not a great screen team. So when you put these plays in, you're trying to take advantage of a defense for the first time. The cohesion is not there. Offensive lineman not used to it. It just gives them a chance to make a mistake.
Here we go, I think. Line of scrimmage is the 43.
Well, they want to make sure it's first down. Sometimes what happens is you get in these discussions, it takes so long, they all forget what down it was. So we got it.
Here we go. Hey now, 1st and 15. Here comes the blitz. Bledsoe rolls away and throws it away incomplete. Ellis Johnson in on Bledsoe in a hurry.
Well, I tell you what, that is a good job. Blitzing in the NFL, it's all about timing. If you wait to the last second and get up to the line of scrimmage and blitz at the snap count, the offensive lineman, the quarterback, they can't adjust their thinking or the play. That time, the Colts, last second, they hit him with it. That's why who came free? Ellis Johnson comes free.
So 2nd and 15. And this Indianapolis crowd hasn't really been very loud today.
No, they have not been the 12th man. That's what they were hoping for. They have not been a factor.
Bledsoe throws far side. Incomplete. Out of bounds, intended for Vincent Brisby.
You know, Greg, you talk about the crowd. Pete Carroll said, hey, even when this team was no good, you'd come down here. The crowd was a big factor. And today I thought this place would be out of control with noise for all this game means for their team against the Patriots. That has not been the case. They have not disrupted Drew Bledsoe once so far today.
Bledsoe now looking at 3rd and long in New England. 3 out of 7 on 3rd down today. And here comes the crowd. Penalty markers down. This play doesn't count as Bledsoe throws to Terry Allen out of the backfield. This looks like a procedure call against Patriots.
Well, there you go. Now, Greg, you're right. The crowd calls that. Can't hear the quarterback anticipating. Crowd gets loud, makes you nervous. Pete Carroll, he was expecting.
False start. Number 77 offense. Moving prior to the snap. It's a 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Zephyrus Moss.
Pete Carroll told us last night, look, he knew he's going to have a couple false starts, all those kinds of things, and he says, look, I'll live with that. This is what you got to know. You got to overcome that when you go away from home and you play in a dome.
The ball at the 48-yard line. The Patriots need to reach the 28 for a first down. Good protection this time. Over the middle, in and out of the hands of Terry Glenn. And so the punting team will come onto the field.
And the last 2 plays, if you're going to play against this style of defense, which is drop back, watch Terry Glenn as he goes across. It puts a lot of pressure on your quarterback and your receivers. You got to execute at an extremely high level. You got to throw it and you got to catch it. Otherwise, you make one incomplete pass, it's hard to pick up those 3rd and 10 situations.
Terry Glenn began looking for Cornelius Bennett before he brought the ball down.
That would get my attention, too.
That's Terrence Wilkins standing at his 10-yard line. High, booming kick. And it'll bounce into the end zone. Nice faking job by Terrence Wilkins. 48-yard punt and no return. And now Manning and the Colts will have 50 seconds and 2 timeouts.
Yeah, 2 timeouts, Greg. I think they'll, like I always say, I think they'll be a little conservative maybe what they do here the first play or 2. But if they pick up a first down, I'm sure they're going to try to drive it down the field and at least get a field goal attempt out of this.
You know, Ty Law told us last night that with his busted thumb, he expected Manning and the Colts to pick on him. That hasn't necessarily happened today.
Well, that first play was but
it hasn't been on a consistent basis.
It's hard. That's a cliche that's thrown out there a little too easily, that they're going to pick on a player. It's not that easy to do in this league.
Quick pass over the middle is incomplete for Edgerrin James. You said that if that had happened in the past, that doesn't happen anymore in the National Football League necessarily, that a coordinator says, well, he's a rookie out there, or maybe he's suffering an injury. We're going to change our game plan for that.
Well, here's how it works. I'll give you an example. The years I played against the Washington Redskins, they had this guy named Darryl Green. He was great.
They still have
him. So we schemed everything to throw against the other guy. Now, that's picking on a guy. But when you look at the Patriots defense, it's not. I don't know if even with Ty Law with a cast, I don't know if I'd want to pick on him every play.
Quick slant in to Terrence Wilkins. And the ball whistled down. Lawyer Malloy, number 36, right on the spot. So the ball just shy of the 25-yard line in a very quiet RCA Dome as the clock continues to move, coming up on 20 seconds to play.
Yeah, they're going to let it go now. 3rd, you know what, if you go up there in a hurry and you go 3rd and 5 or 6 and you don't pick it up, you just give the Patriots one more chance to block a punt or whatever. So you play it smart, let the clock go down, and be happy. 14-6 is not that bad.
Let's go. And the clock winds down. And it's halftime. So the Colts are content to go into the locker room with a 14-6 lead. And let's go down to Armin Katayan. Armin.
Coach, not much momentum on either side of the ball except the one touchdown at the end and that gutsy call.
All right, our offense is, we've had a couple of 3rd and 1s that we didn't convert. The defense has been on the field a lot. They've kept them out of the end zone, and I'm proud of how the defense is doing. They're getting pretty good pass rush. We just got to keep it up the second half.
Thanks, Coach. Greg?
All right, Armin, our halftime score, the Colts 14, New England 6 coming up. We'll be sending you to Jim Nance in New York for the NASDAQ halftime report. Jim, Randy, Craig, and Jerry getting you caught up all the news plus scores and highlights after these messages from your local station. Welcome back to Indianapolis. Phil Simms, Greg Gumbel, 14-6, New England in the lead. The Patriots have done something teams haven't been able to do so far this season. They stopped Edgerrin James in the first half.
Well, it's important to stop Edgerrin James, and what the Patriots did, the front 7 just did a terrific job of controlling the line of scrimmage. And when you stop him from running the football, what that does, it allows your secondary to go, okay, we don't have to be involved in the tackling. Let's stay back and try to stop the passing game of the Colts, especially the deep passes down the field.
All around the league, they're going to say, whoa, Edgerrin James, 6 carries, 9 yards. Let's see what the Patriots did in the first half. 44 rushing yards for the Patriots to just 20 for the Colts. You see the passing yards there in the third down conversions. The time of possession right now favors the New England Patriots.
Yeah, the New England Patriots, the one thing I noticed, you got to find, listen, you throw all those short passes, there's got to be a play off of those short passes to get down the field. They need a few big plays because you can see the Colts defense, they're going to let you drive. They're just going to try to keep you out of the end zone.
Indianapolis gets the ball to start the second half. Terrence Wilkins is deep from the 6. And upended, and there's penalty from as Wilkins is knocked down, and I'm sure there's going to be a
down by contact.
Blocking from behind penalty on this one.
Yeah, Billy Austin, number 47, without a doubt. Here he comes in the screen. You can see blocking from the back and hits Tony George. Actually just ran his guy right into Terrence.
And it is against the Indianapolis Colts.
Illegal block in the back, number 47. During the return, we have the distance to the goal. First down.
It'll be first down at the 8-yard line. Let's check in with Armin Katayan. Armin?
Thanks, Greg. Pete Carroll very pleased overall how his team is executing. He said defensively just a couple of plays got away from us. He said Drew Bledsoe is playing great. He said we just have to knock the ball in when we get a chance. Back to you.
All right, Armin. So Manning and the Colts start deep in their own territory. First and 10 from their own 8-yard line. Manning to the throw. Complete. Pollard dodges a tackler across the 30-yard line. There's a penalty marker down. And Pollard's helmet rolled all the way out. And now we have a few more penalties.
Oh, that's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against Lawyer Malloy. Took the helmet, threw it to the ground. I got to tell you, I cannot tell who has the football.
When Peyton Manning.
Absolutely. So we can sit up here and we can think of things. You cannot tell here at the game who has it.
We have had more discussions here on the field than your average peace talks.
Well, I've never been involved in peace talks, so I don't know how they go.
It won't last this long.
Really? Well, they'll get it straightened out. Let's look at it. Come out of the backed up. They come right out, probably with a double move. Marcus Pollard makes the catch. Here comes the tackle. And Lawyer Malloy rips the helmet off. Look at this. He gets his arms.
Contact, number 53 on the defense. That penalty is declined. On the tackle, the player's helmet came off and it was thrown down. There is no infraction for that. The result of the play, first down.
Okay, that's not unsportsmanlike conduct. Well, I wish I'd have known that when I was playing.
Well, you know, it may not be unsportsmanlike conduct when in the process of making a tackle a helmet comes off, but it sure is if you're going to toss the helmet another 10 or 15 yards down the field.
Well, that might be in the rule book next year.
First down for Indianapolis at the 31. Edgerrin James. Running room across the 40 to the 41-yard line. And that'll be close to a first down.
Talking to Ted Johnson last night, the middle linebacker, he says when you're playing defense against this running game of the Indianapolis Colts, when they start to the left, the most important guy on your defense could be the guy farthest away from the run because Edgerrin James is going to cut it back, and if that guy on the backside is there to make the tackle, you're okay. If he's not, it's another big gain like that one.
Ted Johnson played for the first time last week against the Dallas Cowboys.
Look at him there. He tore the bicep tendon in his left arm, and he has it taped, and he said he had a lot of anxious moments during the game. He would make a tackle, and he'd feel this thing, and he goes, ooh, I didn't know if that was my muscle tearing, and then I realized, oh, it's just a tape coming off of my arm as I make tackles and run around. So, you know, been a tough time for Ted Johnson, but he's back in there. Played well against the Cowboys last week.
Said that he was out of position a few times. He'd look over, and the coaches would have these weird looks on their faces.
Yeah, Well, they were worried, like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? And he's been in the league a while, been so successful, been to the Pro Bowl, and it was just kind of fun to talk to him. And he said how nervous he was just going out to practice last week, and then nervous before the game. But again, he got in there, hit some people, and played well.
Second and short yardage for the Colts. First down and more for James, midfield. Well, 9 yards rushing in the first half. 14 on that burst alone.
Well, you just never know what happens at halftime of these games. The Colts, they can't even get to the line of scrimmage during the first half. Look at that blocking up front that time. Adam Meadows, number 73, pushes the defender down inside and makes a cutoff block, and Edgerrin James allowed to come up inside. Oh, look at that. The camera can't even stay with him. There was a lot of shake in Edgerrin James.
Going to look deep down the sideline. Penalty marker flies and an incomplete pass as Terrence Wilkins was bumped on the way down the field.
Well, that was just a blatant bump.
To Bucky Jones, the man trying to stay with him. I believe it was to Bucky Jones.
Well, we're going to have another peace talk. Okay, Greg, another peace talk. There we go. Well, that's just a tough matchup for the New England Patriots.
Pass interference. Number 42 defense. That'll be a first down at the spot of the infraction.
I thought it was Chris Carter. Here it is down at the bottom. The play action fake. Look what it does. Safety way in the middle. One-on-one with one of the fastest, quickest guys in the league. And you're a safety. That's just a tough position to be in.
That's 34 to Bucky Jones.
All right, it's to Bucky Jones.
Well, we know what didn't come out of the peace talks. First down, Colts at the 16-yard line. Pump fake. And he throws complete to Harrison. Well, that looked like something we saw in the first half.
Yeah, that was the old pump, go deep, don't go deep, come back. But that time the defense, once these players, defensive backs or professional football players, they see something once, they're going to react to it a lot better the second time, and that time they hold it to a short game. You know, Greg, we talked about the Colts. They struggle in the red zone a little. Peyton Manning says we've been in it so few times, we're not used to completing those drives. We usually score from way outside.
On big plays. The pitch to James, left side. Trying to turn the corner and cannot. Teddy Bruschi to Bucky Jones combining on the stop just shy of the 10-yard line.
Well, it's really just a good job by Bucky Jones, number 34. Tarek Glenn, look at him, 78 on Bucky Jones. Does a good job, gets into him, but look at Bucky Jones, stays on balance, keeps stretching the play out, keeps him going towards the sideline until his teammates can come and help make the tackle.
Third down from the 11-yard line to Bucky Jones getting some extra duty. Movement on the line before the snap. It looked like it might have been Marcus Pollard.
I'm just laughing because Peyton Manning.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 81 offense, 5-yard penalty, third down.
That is Pollard.
He just can't understand the mistakes. Why? How could you make a mistake? But that's, again, he was trying to use that snap count, but New England staying set. And if you're going to use your snap count to draw the defense off sides, you know, every once in a while you're going to get your own players, but you got to live with that.
Manning needs to reach the 6-yard line for a first down. Throws to the far side. That's complete. And Edgerrin James dances to the 11-yard line. That won't be enough for a first down, and the field goal unit will come on.
Well, that's what they were trying to do the play before. But that shows you the difference between like 3rd and 4 and 3rd and 9 is that it becomes so much more difficult to pick up. If that was 3rd and 4, you could have ran that exact same play against the same defense, and you got a first down.
So Vanderjagt, 18 consecutive field goals. This one from 28 yards out. And it's good. So the Colts add 3 and extend their lead to 17-6. Mike Vanderjagt on the sideline. 28-yard field goal was his 19th consecutive. He leads the NFL in scoring with 119 points. Having himself a pretty good season here in Indianapolis. Lamont Warren, Tony Simmons. Deep. And it's Simmons from the 3. Trying to turn the corner. 15, 20, out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. Tony Blevins ran him out and will take a timeout, and Drew Bledsoe will come back to work right after this. Welcome back to the RCA Dome. 10:39 to play here in the 3rd quarter. The Colts with a 17-6 lead on the New England Patriots. Bledsoe and the Patriots first down from the 24-yard line. See the frustration the Patriots have been going through, and that one won't get much loose football. And Bledsoe, it appears, fell on the ball.
Boy, Cornelius Bennett, number 97, he had it, and it is so hard to pick up a fumble. Terry Allen just misses the handoff. Bennett's got it. No, I can't get it. And he hits it. And Drew Bledsoe, good job of hustling and falling on it.
So the line of scrimmage moves back now to the 21-yard line. A loss of 3 on the play. Bledsoe going to pull it down and run. And brought down at about the 24-yard line by Ellis Johnson, who's played a whale of a game on defensive tackle today.
I think just a little miscue, like the missed handoff, Greg, the first play. Look what it does. Now the Colts are going good. We can play our style of defense, and it's not going to hurt us. Ellis Johnson, Cornelius Bennett told us, he's been playing very well inside. He's had a terrific day so far. But now you can drop back. You can let Drew Bledsoe complete a pass for 10 yards, make the tackle, they got a punt.
3 out of 8 on 3rd down so far today. Bledsoe throws, crossing pattern, complete to Vincent Brisby, and he is down shy of the 25-yard line, and that's a fired-up Cornelius Bennett.
Yeah, now the crowd's appreciating the play a little. What it's getting down to, if you're getting down to like one big play, could end this game.
Cornelius Bennett, boy, he would love to get another shot at a Super Bowl. He says, you know, with Buffalo and then with Atlanta last season, I can get teams to the Super Bowl. I just need to find somebody who can help me win one.
Yeah, that's right. He said that to all of his teammates. They got a big chuckle out of that.
Terrence Wilkins between his 25 and 30-yard line for the punt. Short punt. Very short. Bouncing across the 40, and it's going to be down at about the 38-yard line. It'll be terrific field position for Peyton Manning when we come back. Manning and the Colts, good field position at their own 38-yard line. 8:24 to play in the 3rd quarter. The Colts lead at 17-6. Throw this side. It is complete to Terrence Wilkins, hit immediately by number 34 to Bucky Jones.
Well, what they do, they finally change up a little, the New England Patriots. They got to put some pressure on the quarterback, Lawyer Malloy on the blitz. But anytime you blitz, what it does, it opens up the outside. Most teams can't throw and catch to the outside boundary of the field that good, but the Indianapolis Colts do a wonderful job of that.
Look at Peyton's numbers today. 2nd and a couple. Edgerrin James goes the other way. First down at midfield, across the 45 to about the 44-yard line. The man specializes in change of direction.
Greg, again, two things. Willie McGinnis is as far away from this run when it starts as any defender on the field, but it turns out he's maybe the most important. He's up top. The run is going, look at that, to the left of Indy's offense. Now as it cuts back, who has contained on that side? Squeeze it down. He's finally there to make the tackle, but it's for a big gain.
First down from the 44. Fake to James. All kinds of time, and he throws incomplete, intended for Wilkins coming across the field.
That is unbelievable. How long that takes and how far these receivers, there's only 2 receivers out on the route, how long they get to run down there and make moves. And defensive backs, they haven't seen this before in their whole career, where it takes this long for a quarterback to throw it this far down the field. And I tell you, Peyton Manning waits. Terrence Wilkins, ball could have been caught. There was about 6 defenders, 2 receivers, but time, the more time you get, those receivers will get open.
Pollard in motion. The give to Edgerrin James. Slides it to the outside. Turns the corner. First down, out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
Well, you said it right, Greg. He slides. That's what he does. He just slides along the line of scrimmage. And it's, again, good blocking on the backside of a run by the Indianapolis Colts offensive line.
See the turnaround that Edgerrin James has had from the first half.
Somebody was hurt on the sideline. That's why they've held play up for a second. I think it's Chris Carter, number 42, the safety for the Patriots. But that's what he does. I heard somebody when the Jets were down here playing. That is Chris Carter. You can see him, number 42, limping.
41, Tony George, has come on to replace him.
But we did a Jet game a few weeks ago. I heard somebody from New York say after the game was over, they go, wow, Edgerrin James, he leaves no yards on the field. And I go, boy, that is right. If there is something there to be gained, he gets every inch of it.
Manning going to put it up deep. It is incomplete. And Marvin Harrison was in the end zone with about 3 Patriots around him. Lawyer Malloy, Tony George, both safeties, and the corner to Bucky Jones is down there.
I would say they had it covered. Marvin Harrison, they're not going to let you catch that one. But, you know, as you watch this game, and if you follow the NFL, it's a game, a league of trends. Now, you've seen how play-action passes have worked for the Colts this year. Do you think a lot of teams are going to study this during the offseason and try to copy it? But you know what? It won't work. They don't have Peyton Manning, Edgerrin James, and Marvin Harrison. And the copy's never as good as the original.
The pitch for James. Across the 25 to about the 22-yard line, and James went around the right side following a block from Adam Meadows.
Adam Meadows, number 73, right tackle. Been here 3 years. His first year. Let's watch him. Number 73, there he goes out in front. Boy, what a good-looking athlete playing right tackle. Gets just enough of the defender, Tony George, to allow Edgerrin James to cut it up and make those extra yards. But he was telling us the other day, his first year, they gave up 63 sacks, I think, his rookie year. How terrible the offensive line is. Last year, they gave up 22. Only 12 so far this year.
He's having fun. James, right side, across the 15 to about the 13-yard line. And another Indianapolis first down.
Well, whatever the Colts decided to do at halftime, they changed some of the play calls, the blocking schemes. I don't know what they did, but it's working. And look at the hole that time. Good job. Watch Edgerrin James. Oh, he gets tripped. Oh, after he gets tripped, he still picks up 6 more yards.
You know the difference, Phil, you pointed out in the first half how the Patriots were controlling that line of scrimmage. They don't appear to be doing that anymore.
Now the defensive linemen for the Patriots cannot get off the blocks of the Indy's offensive line.
James, this time pulled down by number 54, Teddy Bruschi. The report from the sideline is that Chris Carter has suffered a hamstring injury and will not return.
And too, Greg, something we haven't talked about a lot today. Have you heard the name Lawyer Malloy? When's the last time a Patriot fan sat home and watched the game and didn't hear his name almost every single play on defense? Well, today, he's playing a position he's not familiar with. That's about 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, trying to protect against the big passing plays.
Malloy came into this game the Patriots' leading tackler with 126 on the season. Manning. Incomplete. Terrence Wilkins was on the near side of the field. That one looks like it just got away from Manning.
Well, it did. What he was trying to do was throw one of those line drive passes to the back shoulder of the wide receiver before the defender could turn around. The ball just got away.
Peyton Manning told us yesterday one thing they had to do is to get a little better in the red zone. Their red zone offense has been pretty good so far today. 3rd and 11. Manning needs to reach the 3-yard line for a first down. Throws to the far side and overthrows the intended receiver James out of the backfield. So that'll bring the very accurate and red-hot Mike Vanderjagt onto the field.
Well, this might be the first time Peyton Manning has come off the field today and not been upset, because we've been laughing at some of the facial expressions and the way he's been acting, but that time just nowhere to go with the football. Good defense by the Patriots.
From 32 yards out, Vanderjagt looking for number 20 in a row. And it's there. That man is automatic. 4:14 to play in the third quarter. The Colts lead now is 20-6. Back at the RCA Dome, Tony Simmons and Lamont Warren are deep to take the kick from Danny Knight. There is Simmons. 20-6. The Colts have extended their lead. 2 Manning touchdown passes, 2 Vanderjagt field goals. Short kick. Simmons from the 11. 25. Out over 30, and here comes a penalty marker.
Good field position, wasted, now going to drive them back. Just makes it that much tougher for the offense.
Holding, number 54. During the return, it's a 10-yard penalty. It'll be first down. Timeout.
54 is Teddy Bruschi, and it puts just a little bit more pressure on that man, Drew Bledsoe. Indianapolis Colts haven't grabbed this game by the throat here in the third quarter. 105 total yards to 4. Bledsoe tries to do something about it over the middle, incomplete. And a late penalty marker flies as Michael Barber covered Troy Brown. And you know, as soon as the pass fell incomplete, Michael Barber grabbed his helmet as if he were guilty.
He was right.
Pass interference. Number 53 defense. It's a first down.
It is on Michael Barber, and we remind you the NFL playoffs are just around the corner. Get a complete review of every team as they battle for playoff positions. Just click on NFL at cbs.sportsline.com. Something you can do, Phil, because now you're online.
That's right, I am, and I'm enjoying it. I'm going to email you this week and tell you what I think about you.
Sure you
picking
are.
on me during the game.
Sure you will. First down. Bledsoe with a deep drop, throws into complete across the 40 to Sean Jefferson, who kind of caught the ball and just waited for contact.
Well, he knew it was coming because it was in between double coverage.
And now Barber with a handful of Jefferson. It's a 19-yard pickup.
It is good throw, good anticipation by Drew Bledsoe going down the field. Something they got to start looking to do. Boy, you could see the, oh yes, a late hit. Boy, Chris Floyd comes in there and just delivers a late hit. Michael Barber, you should be upset. Pick up for your teammate.
So first down from the 45. Bledsoe play action. Got to get rid of it. Wide open, Terry Glenn. To the 20. Cuts back inside the 5. It'll be first and goal for New England. What a great delivery by Drew Bledsoe.
Oh, it was. I did not see how Terry Glenn got wide open because I was watching the blitz. Watch from the top. Tyrone Poole comes in free, hesitates just for a second. That's long enough for Drew Bledsoe to get it to Terry Glenn, who is uncovered going down the field.
Drew Bledsoe thinks it's a touchdown. It's not quite. It's at the 3-yard line. First and goal. 52-yard play. Carter and Allen in the backfield. Loose ball. And penalty markers fly.
Well, that's a big mistake down inside.
False start. Number 71 offense. Moving prior to the snap. It's a 5-yard penalty.
That's the right guard, Todd Rucci. So now it'll be first and goal from the 8. 8 penalties for 65 yards against New England today.
Big difference. One of the hardest spots to score from on the football field. From about the 10-yard line, 9-yard line. They are on the 8, but it makes it hard to catch the football, run it, and get in there before you tackle.
Bledsoe to throw. Throws it into the end zone. It is incomplete, intended for Ben Coates. And Bledsoe knows he just missed connections.
He did. Good try by Drew Bledsoe. But let's go back and look at that long pass play. How did Terry Glenn get so wide open? Here comes the blitz. Watch Terry Glenn in the backfield. Nobody accounts for the back out of the backfield. The linebackers, everybody's chasing. Sean Jefferson, wide receivers down the field. Terry Glenn wide open.
These are important downs for the New England Patriots with 2:15 to play here in the third quarter. Lamont Warren to the 1 and just shy of the goal line.
Nice call by the Patriots. Good execution. Caught everybody off guard. Caught me off guard. Second and long, you think it's got to be a pass, to draw play. Look at the defensive linemen. Ellis Johnson, Chad Bransky, everybody up the field trying to sack the quarterback. And good hard running by Lamont Warren.
Third and goal. Terry Allen, the lone back behind Bledsoe. Allen, right side, not going to get there. Stacked up at the 3.
What do you do right here? I think he's going to go for it. 2 touchdowns down, 14 points.
Cornelius Bennett and Mark Thomas coming up big.
It's just penetration. Cornelius Bennett, you are right. What a good job of reading the play, going through, nobody there to block him, makes the tackle. And those are times, that play there illustrates a team where you don't have the power, the big running back, and the strength to just run it up in there and get that 1 yard.
And with 59 seconds to play here in the third quarter and looking at fourth and goal from the 3, Pete Carroll wants a timeout.
Well, always when you're in situations like this, you think, well, it's got to be a pass. And Drew Bledsoe, probably not going to move him out of the pocket, but you create a distraction with your offensive formations. Move somebody, get him in motion, shift them, whatever, make the defense be hesitant just for that split second so you can throw it in there before they can react.
Phil, you've got the whole fourth quarter to play in addition to the 59 seconds here in the third quarter. This is a pretty big gamble by Pete Carroll.
Let's look at it this way. If you kick the field goal, you're down 11. You still got to score 2 more times. First off, you probably only get the ball 2 more times. And that's saying, can you stop the Indianapolis Colts without scoring any more points too? So what would your answer be?
I think you take the field goal here.
You do. Well, you've always been very conservative.
Yes.
Nobody's on the wide receiver. Yep, they got it.
5 wide receivers. Bledsoe communicating with his lineman. Play clock at 4, 3, the snap. Throws, touchdown, but penalty markers are down.
Now they're going to take the field goal.
Prior to the snap, full start. Number 77 offense, 5-yard penalty.
Zephyrus Moss was the one jumping up and down in frustration.
Hey, he should be frustrated. Zephyrus Moss, it just took too long to run the play. You make them sit there that long, these guys are going to move. And I'll tell you what, I did see the tiniest of flinch, but not much.
So Adam Vinatieri comes on.
Greg, it just took too long. Once they get in that formation, the offensive linemen, they know the rhythm. The rhythm was changed. That caused them to move.
2 28-yard field goals. This will be a 26-yarder. After a couple of spots by Lee Johnson, the field goal is good. 55 seconds to play in the third. 20-9. Indy.
This is Sarman Katayan back at the RCA Dome in Indianapolis. The Patriots season absolutely on the line. This is where they have been the last 3 seasons. Right now, the way the situation is, they need to score here, Greg. And one thing that Lawyer Malloy told me in that pregame, he said, we got to question whether this team has enough heart to win these kinds of games. We're going to find out soon enough. Back to you.
You're right, Armin. The third consecutive year New England is 7-5 after 12 weeks of play. Terry Wilkins from the 10. 25, still on his feet, down at about the 28-yard line. Go back to the field goal and watch the holder, Lee Johnson, for Adam Vinatieri. Takes the snap, puts it down, move it over a little bit as he finally gets hold of the football.
That's a good job. That's a job I'm glad I wasn't very good at and didn't have to do it because there's just too much pressure involved. All you can do is mess up. That's it. And, of course, the kicker, if he goes on a bad streak, you know it's
your fault.
You know, you're just not holding it well.
Right. 46 seconds to play here in the third quarter. And Manning going to throw. Over the middle, complete to Wilkins. Wilkins at the 32-yard line. The clock continues to move towards half minutes of play.
Well, the Patriots, the defense they have been playing is no good anymore. You get to a point of the game where all your work during the week, all your game planning, you got to throw it out the window. Steve Sidwell, the defensive coordinator, you got to take some chances now. You got to force the issue. Make the Colts make plays against your pressure defense.
We talked about that situation the Patriots have been in the last few years. In '97, they were 7-5 after 12 weeks and finished 10-6 and won the AFC East. Last season, they finished 9-7 and went into the postseason as a wild card. But as Armin says, this is not a game that they can afford to lose. That is the end of the third quarter with the score of the Colts 20 and New England 9. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. New England cannot lose this game. They'd fall to 7-6. Indianapolis coach Jim Mora told his team this week, we beat the Patriots. They cannot bump us from the postseason. Peyton Manning on first down to Edgerrin James. Hit head on and driven back at the line of scrimmage by Ferrick Collins, number 92.
Well, that's dominating the line of scrimmage there. But we talked about it, Greg, just as the third quarter ended. They're going to pressure it more now. You got to take some chances. And I saw Pete Carroll talking to the safeties, Tony George, Lawyer Malloy, some of the defenders, Teddy Bruschi, and I know what he was telling them. We got to make something happen back here.
From the 32.
Lawyer Malloy coming up the blitz. Peyton Manning is checked off.
And here they come. Gets rid of it in a hurry, incomplete. And the fans want a penalty flag. There is none. E.G. Green, the intended receiver, along with Terrence Wilkins, they were both in the area.
Well, I like what they did. Here comes Lawyer Malloy, Teddy Bruschi, he's coming. And look at Chris Slade. Now there's nobody to block him. Sometimes, as a defensive player and coaches, you give the other team a little too much respect. That's what's happened, I think, so far today against the Colts. No blitzes. They finally do it. It makes a good play.
There's one of those defensive stops Pete Carroll wanted. Troy Brown now looking for a big return. From the 24. 35. Out to the 40-yard line, and the penalty marker is down.
There was a flag thrown out of bounds. So that means one of the runners, gunners, whatever you want to call them on the outside. No, it wasn't that. It's a false start. Greg, it'll be declined.
We have number 31 on the kicking team going out of bounds without being touched. The penalty is declined. We'll take the result of the play. Timeout.
So the New England Patriots will get it started from their own 40-yard line right after this. Coming up on the American General postgame show, Jim, Craig, Randy, and Jerry will have all the scores and highlights and recap all of today's action in the NFL. All coming up on the American General postgame show. Drew Bledsoe right out of the bat, throws deep. It is complete and down out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. In fact, at the 25.
The Indianapolis Colts trying to put some pressure on Drew Bledsoe. Nobody gets to the quarterback, but what it does, you got Jeff Burris against Terry Glenn, one-on-one. Jeff Burris just never turns around and looks for the football. And that's the one thing you got to do now as a defensive back, because the quarterback, they're going to lay it in there. The receiver can adjust. As a defensive back, you got to learn to turn and adjust to the throw.
First down. Bledsoe going to keep it on the ground with Allen. Cuts it back and maybe gains a half yard on the play. Bennett and Bradsky on the stop. Keep this in mind. New England Patriots have won 7 straight games against Indianapolis. The last Indy win coming here in Indianapolis, December of 1995 by a score of 10-7. In fact, New England's won 24 out of 31 against the Colts since they made the move here from Baltimore.
Four down territory for the New England Patriots.
Bledsoe escapes, hit from behind, loose ball, and it appears the Patriots have fallen on it. Chad Bradsky.
Well, Chad Bradsky, number 92 on the outside. Good coverage down the field. Wow, what a rush by Cornelius Bennett. Bledsoe. Bradsky keeps hustling, strips the football. And Bruce Armstrong comes up with the fumble.
Article in the newspapers over the weekend here on Chad Bradsky about how he hasn't had a sack recently. Chad says, I'm not worried about it. I've been right there the last several weeks.
He's been pressuring the quarterback, making the quarterback move, which helped some of his teammates get those sacks.
Third down for Bledsoe. Throws this side, intercepted. Tyrone Poole.
Greg, I said before it was 4 down territory. It really wouldn't be. That interception does hurt because a field goal would only make it an 8-point difference instead of 11. But Tyrone Poole timing it. He sees Vincent Brisby stop. He breaks in front of him. And the receiver, you've got to sense where the defensive back is. Make a play for the football.
Poole with his 3rd interception of the season. Bledsoe throwing his 16th. And now Manning and the Colts from their own 35. Blitz throws and gets rid of it. Marvin Harrison on the near side, incomplete. And another smile from Peyton Manning.
Well, Ty Law on the blitz, and I tell you what, the Patriots defense getting aggressive, making things happen. And also, Indy's offense, the last time a little conservative, trying to get the game over with. You know, that's a hard way to play. It was when I played. As we do games and you watch these teams, it's hard to just pick up first downs a safe way. You got to stay with the same game plan.
2nd and 10. James behind a block from Dilger. Across the 40, scoots up the sideline, enough for a first down. That's an unbelievable run.
It's unbelievable. Ted Johnson told us this guy has so much patience. I said, what do you mean by patience? That means he gives it every opportunity. Look at Dilger up front, gets Teddy Bruschi, and look at that shake right there. Of course, that's Ty Law with one hand, but still, he keeps his balance. And the most excited person on the play was Jim Mora, going up and congratulating Edgerrin James on a terrific run.
16 carries, 85 yards for EJ, first down. From the 49, Manning going to put it up. Over the middle. Incomplete. Hit Pollard right in the numbers, and he dropped it.
Let's watch Jim Moore, the head coach. He knows you just need some first downs to really get this game going your way. Here he comes. Giving him words of encouragement. Pretty excited.
And that is pretty excitable for Jim Mora, who is you'd call him a strict disciplinarian. And is probably the perfect coach for this young Indianapolis team.
For a young team trying to turn things around, he is the perfect remedy for that, and is, well, tell you a lot of good things about what he has done so far since he's been here.
James. Across midfield to about the 47-yard line.
You know, you talk about being strict and having discipline. Cornelius Bennett said it to us. He goes, Coach Moore doesn't get too excited, always keeps our feet on the ground. He goes, you can almost count on it. Once a day at practice, there's going to be a player sitting on his helmet, somebody's uniform not proper for practice, or somebody missing an assignment. He says he will jump them like you've never seen a coach jump a player before, but it keeps us in line. It lets us know what's expected of us, and it makes it a lot easier to perform.
Manning from the shotgun on 3rd and 8. Bruschi on the blitz. Pass is complete to Harrison to the 45. That won't be enough for a first down. Ty Law up to make the stop.
Another blitz. Indy does not have, the Indianapolis Colts don't have the answer. Good job by the Patriots defense. And I know they're shaking their heads going, man, we should have done more of this earlier.
So once again, Troy Brown deep for the Hunter Smith punt. Clock continues to move, coming up on 9:50 to play here in the 4th quarter. Everybody up on the line for the Patriots. And one of the defenders pointed out some movement on the offensive line. This looks like this will back the Colts up 5.
Yeah, I saw somebody in the Colts offensive line move. Bertrand Berry, number 56.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 57 offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
I meant 57. That was his name. I just can't read numbers.
Your coaches said that was a minor problem.
Yeah, it doesn't go well when you're playing out there, does it? You didn't have to read numbers, just colors of the jersey. I was good at colors.
High snap. Smith comes down with it, gets rid of it. This one will bounce and go into the end zone. So Bledsoe and the Patriots will give it another shot. 1st and 10 from their own 20 when we come back after this. Back in Indianapolis, Drew Bledsoe, the man has his work cut out for him, and it's no surprise that they're going to lean on him if they're going to survive this game and live to fight another day. Bledsoe told us last night, if we lose this game, then we're just playing out the string. Complete to Troy Brown. Brown to the 30, 35, and is knocked backwards. Tyrone Poole in on the hit. And that's Poole still on his hands and knees.
Yeah, that has Troy Brown coming out of the backfield. Screen play to him. Good design by the Patriots. And watch this hit. Tyrone Poole coming from the outside. Big hit.
and Poole is still on his hands and knees. Well, Poole still down on the field. We'll check on his condition when we come back. Smiles out of Tyrone Poole on the sideline since he was helped over. Tony Blevins has replaced him. Meanwhile, it's a first down for New England at the 36-yard line. Bledsoe has been throwing the heck out of the ball on first down, but this time they keep it on the ground. Allen cuts it back across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Clock continues to move as we move towards 8.5 to play here in the fourth quarter.
Good job on first down, mixing it up. Keep the situations in your favor where at least you can keep the defense guessing. Pete Carroll, you can see him, come on, let's go, hurry it up. But you're looking at the Patriots, you got to realize you're going to get the ball 2 times. You got to score both times to get a chance to tie the game or go ahead.
Glenn in motion. Bledsoe, the near sideline, complete and out of bounds to Shawn Jefferson. First down across midfield to the 43-yard line. 13-yard pickup on the play.
Not many people can stand back here. Watch Drew Bledsoe. He gives it a big hop because it's the right side all the way to the left sideline. That ball, that's a long way to travel, and he gets every bit of it to make the completion to Shawn Jefferson.
Last time he did that, it was intercepted.
Well, we talked about it before. He's not faint of heart, Drew Bledsoe. He'll keep throwing it down the field, keep taking his chances, and look, he knows he has the talent. That's why he's been such a productive quarterback in his career.
Players jump.
You know, I always tell you, Greg.
We have an illegal snap. Number 65, the center, double clutch the ball. It's a 5-yard penalty, first down.
10th penalty of the day.
Wind it.
For 75 yards.
Well, I was just talking about quarterbacks. Sometimes we overanalyze interceptions to touchdowns, all those things. And Drew Bledsoe, he's the type of quarterback, I think he enjoys taking chances. I would kind of build an offense around that, but I'm not excusing all the interceptions he's thrown the last few weeks. Some of those have just been bad.
Goes down. Mark Thomas had a handle on him. 3rd sack of Bledsoe today.
Well, you've got things moving again on offense. You pick up a couple first downs. Then you have a penalty, 5 yards. Now you get sacked. And now you're back into the position where it's going to take some really good play calling and execution just to pick up a first down and continue to drive.
Bledsoe looked like he wanted to launch one long downfield, but his man was covered. You look at the numbers on Mark Thomas out of North Carolina State. 2nd down, he needs the 34-yard line for a first down. Flips it out to Lamont Warren. Warren can't elude a tackler at the 41-yard line, and that tackler is Cornelius Bennett.
Yeah, but still a very good play. That's like throwing it down the field. It picked up about 15 yards or so. So puts them in a position where they can pick up the 3rd down. Bledsoe looking way down the field. Then spots Lamont Warren underneath. Good job.
The ball at the 41-yard line. And between 6 and 10 yards on 3rd down conversions, the Patriots have failed in 6 tries. 3rd and 7. Did the center, Damian Woody?
Nope. Max Lane. See, I know this because I heard over the mic one of them yell 68. I don't miss anything.
You're sharp. Makes me wonder why you're not still playing.
Huh. Well, lack of ability usually plays into that equation.
Meanwhile, we're having another conversation on the field. Extended.
Well, was a blitz by the Colts defense. They were crowding the line of scrimmage.
False start. Number 68 offense moving prior to the snap. A 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
I think it's safe to say Pete Carroll disagrees. I believe that official over there was going to call an offsides penalty, which Pete Carroll agreed with and didn't win the argument. Third and 12. Bledsoe goes down again. And number 92, Chad Bratsky, led the charge.
Greg, all day long, you think, can the defense of the Colts withstand this Patriots offense? Look at this. They crowd the line of scrimmage. Here comes the blitz. Really good protection for Drew Bledsoe, but nobody opened down the field in the one-on-one coverages. Finally, the pressure makes the sack. We say all these things about Indy's defense, and they have given up 9 points so far, so they have played very well.
Terrence Wilkins deep for the punt from Lee Johnson. High, booming punt. Fair catch call by Wilkins, and he makes the catch at the 14-yard line. That stops the clock with 5:33 to play here in the fourth quarter. Time running out on New England and Pete Carroll. 5:33 to play here in the fourth quarter, and a look at Jim Moore on the other side of the field, slowly but surely steering this Indianapolis ship towards the postseason. First down from the 13-yard line. Manning for Edgerrin James. And Teddy Bruschi played that one out along the line of scrimmage and brought him down. Let's go down to Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You mentioned Jim Moore. This is his 200th game as a football coach in the National Football League. If he wins today, it'll be 107. You'd be surprised to know that puts him ahead of the likes of Bill Walsh, Tom Flores, and one that surprised me, even Vince Lombardi. What's interesting about Moore, this would be his, now in this team, it's his 10th win. It's a new franchise record, and just another place that Jim Moore has put in this team. Back to you.
All right, Armin, timeout on the field, stops the clock with 5:22 to play.
You know, you look at Jim Moore, Greg, and we talked about him a little earlier. A couple things come to mind. As you talk to the assistant coaches here, they always say the same thing to me. He creates such an environment as an assistant coach. All you got to do is coach. Your guys are lined up. They're going to pay attention, because if they don't pay attention and do what you tell them, they got to deal with the big guy. And the big guy will lay it down on you. And just to make a good example, Sean King, Tito Wooten, 2 valuable people on his defense, stay out one night before game. Miss curfew, come in at 5 o'clock. He suspends them.
Manning almost had the snap get away from him, was overrun by Chris Sullivan.
Wow, nice catch by Peyton Manning. Watch the snap, almost goes over his head. He mistimes his jump, gets his hands on it, hangs on him. Boy, Chris Sullivan puts a big-time shot on him. But just to finish that story, Sean King, Tito Wooten, 2 players, stayed out, broke curfew. He brought him in, suspended him for 5 games, and now when that's over, we'll have to see what happens with their future on the football team. And I said to him, I said, Coach, was that a tough decision? Because they meant so much to your defense. He goes, oh, that was easy. That was easy. That was a no-brainer. They're out, you know, get them out. They're out of here. And I thought, that just explains him. There's no gray areas. It's black or white. His team knows it. They know the rules. That's why they're going to be disciplined, organized. And, Greg, we see it when we watch them practice. We see it when we're down here at the complex, and we see it the play of his whole football team.
It's also a no-brainer on the part of those 2 players at the other end of the line to come wandering into the hotel, the team hotel at 5 o'clock in the morning of a football game. What do you expect the coach to do?
Well, hey, everybody has different sets of rules, and I've always, and I do, you know, I only played for one type of coach in my whole career, high school, college, or whatever, Jim Moore types, where the rules, here they are, we're going to live by them. It's going to be tough, but the game is tough. You know, you're asking people to go out and mentally and physically do things that are just not natural. You got to work harder than you really want to work, so you need somebody strong at top.
Andy Katzenmoyer on the field in place of Ted Johnson on 3rd and long. Edgerrin James to the 10, to the 15. And Ty Law had a problem bringing him down with that right arm, with that right hand wrapped up.
Well, you can see the game plan, just try to run out the clock, but Ty Law out there playing with one hand. And I tell you what, guys, he has done some job today playing, trying to cover receivers down the field and doing what it takes to try to help his team win. And that's what he's done, and he's got to be commended for that.
Law has 3 pins surgically inserted into the base of that thumb to stabilize the break.
I thought he'd be good for about 2 series today. We'd never see him again, but he's hung into the whole game.
Patriots should come out of this with some good position, but what a kick. Troy Brown breaks the first tackle. 35, 40, and out of bounds close to the 45-yard line. So Bledsoe will have some good field position. Keep in mind, New England is now out of timeouts. NFL rookie record now tied by Edgerrin James with his 9th game of 100 or more rushing yards. Bledsoe throws, overthrows his intended receiver, Troy Brown. And you know, we saw Edgerrin James when he arrived at the stadium this morning, Phil. We're coming through, and I mentioned he looks about as, and his attitude is so unlike that of a football star. It's amazing.
Well, we got to give him time. You know, it's just his first
right.
year.
He's new at this.
That's right. But no, very unassuming, good team player.
Bledsoe throws far side, complete to Sean Jefferson and out of bounds, and enough for a first down at the Indianapolis 45.
Tackled by 26, Tony Levis for the Colts.
Good job by Drew Bledsoe. There's a little urgency here. You've got to score twice, 4 minutes to go. Every down, every situation is a passing situation.
Lamont Warren out of the backfield, 40, 35 to the 32-yard line. That'll be another Patriot first down. Clock continues to move. We are under 4 minutes to play. That's a 13-yard pickup.
New England out of timeouts. They need a play. They can't take 5 or 6 plays to get in the end zone. They need to find a big play down the field.
Bledsoe throws to Coates. Coates to the 30. Bulls his way to the 28-yard line. And we come up on 3.5 to play.
Boy, you're in situations like this. Pete Carroll, you keep looking at that clock going, man, is it moving faster than it normally does?
Bledsoe throws, complete, out of bounds at the 11-yard line, Vincent Brisby. And down on the field is number 78, Bruce Armstrong.
Well, he's grabbing his left knee.
This is one of the terrific offensive linemen in the NFL, 6-time Pro Bowler in his 13th season out of Louisville.
Mike Vanderjagt and the Colts cheerleaders will be at the Colts Pro Shop Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m.
So everything has come to a halt once again down at midfield with Bruce Armstrong down on the turf.
Important reminder to all.
Well, he's going to try to get up.
Your Indianapolis Colts postseason payment must be received by tomorrow. In order to receive postseason tickets, you may make your payment at the Dome box office.
You can see the braces he has on that left leg. I can see for, well, both legs. He has one on his right too.
So Armstrong leaves the field with help. And number 63, Heath Irwin, has come onto the field to replace him.
Now the Patriots, if you get in a situation here, Greg, let's say it gets to be 4th down and 6 or whatever, you can still kick the field goal. Try to get the ball back one more time and score and go for the 2-point conversion.
Keep in mind, Bruce Armstrong is the left tackle. That's a big piece of protection for Drew Bledsoe. Bledsoe throws for the end zone. It is a touchdown. Sean Jefferson.
Go for 2. That was a terrific play. Sean Jefferson goes way inside, stopped, broke back outside, and it really fools the defender. Steve Muhammad, number 31, is covering Sean Jefferson. You see he was going in. Steve Muhammad looked inside, looked for the quarterback. Sean Jefferson stops, breaks back out. Nobody there to cover him.
And now you're looking at a pretty important 2-point conversion. If they get it, the Patriots then will only need a field goal to tie.
Bledsoe could almost, nope, they're going to blitz. Let's say he could run it in himself.
Lobs it and overthrows Ben Coates, the tight end. Number 37, Chad Cota, with a smile on his face. So it remains 20-15. Let's go back to the touchdown pass.
Let's take a look at the touchdown pass. Bledsoe, plenty of time. Only had 3 receivers out. That enables him to take that extra bounce. Lets Sean Jefferson make the move, and that's why they get the touchdown. Blitz by Indianapolis. Good idea by Drew Bledsoe. Just throws it too high for Ben Coates.
So we have 3:07 to play. Sean Jefferson on the receiving end of his 6th touchdown of the season.
Sean Jefferson, the wide receiver who never gets tired. Can start a game, can run full speed every single play, and then last play of the game, he'll still be going full speed just as fast as the first play. Indianapolis coming up for the onside kick.
I think it's safe to say that Indianapolis defense played a little soft that last drive. Played off a little bit.
Well, a little, but really the touchdown play, Greg, was just well designed and a good thought. It's not that they were soft, it was just good execution by the Patriots.
For the expected onside kick. Vinatieri boots it, and it didn't go 10 yards. Penalty markers fly. Patriots had the ball, but it didn't get anywhere close to the 40-yard line.
Well, I tell you what, that was really close, and he did not make it 10 yards.
And I see him.
Let's watch it. Jerry Ellison gets up there. He catches. No, I know it's short. 1 yard.
Well, for me, it was a comparative thing.
Yes, I understand. And they'll
talk about it.
We have illegal touching with a kick in the first 10 yards. By the kicking team, that'll be a 5-yard penalty and a re-kick.
And it's safe to say we'll do it again.
Yep.
I think Vinatieri would like to have another bounce in that ball, perhaps, when he kicks it.
I like what they did there. They really had an opportunity to onside kick it to either side. Usually you see a team come out and just put everybody to one side. The Patriots kept 3 to the top of the screen, and there was only 3 Colt defenders up there, too. So the odds are actually good for you to kick it over there.
You saw Pete Carroll on the sideline, and fan reaction and media pressure being what it is up in Boston. You know that he's feeling some heat should he come out of here with a loss today.
Oh, well, absolutely. And he was quite relaxed last night, knowing the situation his football team is in and that he's in. And it's been, as usual, for Pete Carroll and the Patriots,
a tough time down the stretch.
Look at that.
Lee Johnson and Vinatieri, and now Johnson kicks it. Straight ahead. Colts fall on the ball. It's Indianapolis ball. Jason Belzer.
Watch this. So they got both kickers inside, and this time they decide to go right down the middle. Jason Belzer, very smart, sees it, gets up, makes the catch.
Adam Vinatieri looked like the main guy for the Patriots to try to recover the loose football.
I like the plan. I like the thought. Just hard to execute.
3:01 to play. Remember, New England is out of timeouts and cannot stop the clock. Edgerrin James. a yard, maybe 2.
Well, the Colts have to run one more play. The 2-minute warning then will stop. They're going to need 1 first down to end the game. Otherwise, the Patriots will have one chance to go down the field. Well, they have to score a touchdown to win the game.
This can be a glorious day for the Colts by day's end, depending on how games finish out elsewhere. But if things fall right, Jim Mora and the Colts could claim a playoff berth by the end of the day. Manning lost the football. Second time today.
Oh, they got it.
And Lawyer Malloy comes screaming out of the pack with the ball. And it is New England football. What an amazing turnaround coming up on 2 minutes to play.
Amazing. Twice today. Let's see what happens. Oh, the offensive guard pulling around.
Waverly Jackson,
number 74, knocks it out. His hand hits it out of Peyton Manning. That's what causes the fumble.
So some room for Bledsoe and the Patriots. 2:12 to play. They're down 5. They need a touchdown. They're out of timeouts. Bledsoe throws near side, complete. Penalty marker is down as Troy Brown fights for yardage. And the clock stops with 2:04 to play.
Illegal substitution. I couldn't tell. I saw the Colts coaches making a motion for somebody to get off the field.
Man defense. The penalty is declined. We'll take the result of the play. Second down.
So it's at the 42-yard line.
Well, we got 5. 4 more makes 9. 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's 1 too many.
Now that's a nice game plan if you can get away with it. From the 42-yard line, 2nd and 1 for Bledsoe and the Patriots. Throws to the sideline. Coach complete, out of bounds at the 45. First down. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning as Drew Bledsoe has engineered 14 career fourth-quarter comebacks. Looking for one here today.
Watch Waverly Jackson coming to the right of your screen. 74, look at his hand. He's pulling. He knocks the football out of Peyton Manning's hands. Causes the fumble. Lawyer Malloy recovers.
New England, 376 total yards today to 291 for Indianapolis. Bledsoe has completed 7 of his last 8 passes for 69 yards and a touchdown. First down. Over the middle, and he falls short of number 80, Troy Brown, incomplete. Second down. Pete Carroll knows he and his team need this one to stay alive in the AFC East. Patriots have put a bunch of yards on the board this quarter. Bledsoe throws over the middle. Great catch by Brown. Inside the 30 to the 27-yard line.
Greg, you said it right. That was a great catch. Go up in the air. He hung in the air, waited for it, makes the catch. Drew Bledsoe says Troy Brown every game does something special when he's in there, and that was a special play.
28-yard pickup, 1.5 minutes to play. Bledsoe with time, throws it away.
Let's take a look. It's a blitz by the Colts defense. Watch Troy Brown go up. The ball actually gets away from Drew Bledsoe just a little, and he just hung up there and waited for it and makes the catch.
So 2nd and 10, and the clock is stopped with 1:24 to play. Field goal does the Patriots no good. They need a touchdown. They are out of timeout.
I'm sorry, Greg. Plenty of time. You don't have to be going down the field so far. Throw it short if you have to. Let them run with it.
Bledsoe gonna run out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Run out by Billy Austin.
You know, as I watch this, what happens a lot of times in situations like this, you keep running the plays one after another. Your wide receivers, they get tired. They can't get down the field and make those cuts, and that's what's happened the last couple plays to New England. The receivers not going full speed because they've done it like 6 plays in a row.
The ball is at the 22-yard line. They need the 17 for a first down. Third and 5, the blitz, and Bledsoe is caught and dropped. Mike Peterson, the rookie out of Florida.
No timeouts left. You got to go with it. What a timely blitz.
Clock moving again, 65 seconds to play. Bledsoe needs a first down here, or this game is over.
That's it. Take your time. Plenty of time.
Gonna throw it. It is incomplete. Intended for Jefferson.
We came into this game talking so much and bragging and carrying on about the Colts offense. But when you look at this and you look back and you analyze it, the Colts defense came through so many times in the big moments when it had to. They were the reason why they won this game today.
Drew Bledsoe said he would come into this game and give it his best shot. I think we agree he did that.
He did that. He played courageous. He played tough. Just not enough plays made down the field after they made the catches to win the game.
He's down right here.
Manning takes a knee. The Patriots can't stop the clock.
And you look at Pete Carroll, you have to wonder about him. So much written, under so much scrutiny up in Boston for his team's performance because the expectations are so high.
And that's going to do it. The Colts win their 9th straight, and they improve to 11-2. They avenge an earlier loss this season to New England. And just another typical day in the AFC East. Once again, our final score, the Colts 20, the Patriots 15. Coming up next, we'll be sending you to our NFL on CBS studios for the American General postgame show right after these messages. For Phil Simms and Armin Katayan, I'm Greg Gumbel. It's been a terrific day here in Indianapolis, but none more so than for the Colts and their fans who are on the verge of heading into the postseason. Thank you for joining us, everyone. The Colts 5-point winners. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.